the models automatically learn hierarchical presentations from a raw data. So they start learning feature engineering, like feature engineering become part of training, right? So let's say for image recognition, you're gonna have a neural network, a network of layers, right? So your uh, layer one recognizes edge, then layer two recognize shape, layer three recognize image, then at the end of the day, the deeper layer or the last layer gonna give you a semantic meaning of that image. So basically, image is like nothing but it is a number in a grid, right? A number in a grid. Then you're gonna feed a number in a grid like a stream of bytes into your model. Then your model automatically detects the feature. Then layer by layer, they're gonna like give some prediction. Like layer one gives some edge, identifies edges. Then layer two recognize the shape. Layer three recognizes the object. Then the last layer gives you some semantic meaning about it. So this solves somehow the problem of feature engineering, but have some problem as well here because so you specifically uh, train a model for a specific task, right? For example, a speech recognition model for only recognizing speech, image classification for only image classification. So there is a limitation with this approach as well. So many tasks still need a distinct specialized model. So what is the solution? So this is the era we are currently in. So too many models, like one model for vision, another for speech, yet another for uh, large language model, okay? Another for code generation. So the ERAS 4 is a foundation model. What this foundation model is nothing but it is a multimodal AI. So we basically call like Gemini is a multimodal AI. So this is trained on a vast diverse data set and learn broad capabilities before fine tuning. So you can feed in text, image, video, whatever you want, they can understand it. So they have multimodal understanding, but still there is one limitation: they cannot generate different output, right? They have multimodal understanding, but they only give you one output. For example, Gemini 3 flash preview model, you can feed into text, then image, video, you can ask about it, like you can feed into image and ask about the image, you can feed into video, then you can ask the Gemini to summarize it. But by using that model, you cannot generate image, you cannot generate a video, right? So still that is a limitation. So we can say it is a Gemini era here. So Google DeepMind, it is a Google DeepMind that is responsible for developing different Gemini model. It, they just like recently released it in December 2025. It is the newest wave of foundation models designed for real world interaction. So when we look at its features, it is a multimodal from the start. Gemini from the very basic start, when they first released in 2023 December, before 2 years ago, it was multimodal from the very beginning. So they can process text, image, audio, video, and the code together. One model, they can process it. But still, you need a different model that you can give you like generate image. When we call it a multimodal, it is a multimodal understanding, not a multimodal output. Okay. So in order to generate image, you need another model that is only specifically used for generating image. When we say multimodal understanding, you can give image to Gemini, then Gemini can understand it and they give you some text output. You can give to You can give Gemini a video, then it can summarize it for you. That is what we call multimodal. Focused on reasoning, built for interaction. This is some of the features of Gemini. So here is understanding multimodal AI. I've already talked about it. So the common modalities, text, image, audio, video, documents, and the code. So now we will be moving to like hands-on coding. You can ask me whatever question you get if you encounter any problem. So you gotta go to search for Gemini, Google AI Studio. Okay, so go ahead and search for Google AI Studio. Then click on the first link you get. Okay, now so basically let me tell you what we are going to build. We are going to build um, an AI that can analyze plants. We upload a plant image, then we can prepare some prompt. Um, then we're gonna give our prompts and image to AI model. Then it can generate, it can understand the image, the plant image, then it give back a response based on our prompt. Like we can give a prompt like the name of the plant, scientific name, some medical value related to that image, plant image, some like origin of discovery where for the first time that plant is discovered. So we will ask these questions basically. So what we are going to do is, okay, first to explore the Gemini Google AI Studio. Um, Here is where you first land on. If you search for Google AI Studio, this is your first homepage, okay? But you need to log in. Then if you click here, the playground, you can play around with different models. You can select from here different models. You can see, click here. Then here we have different models. Here is the featured model, the model they recently released, Gemini 3.1 Pro Preview, Gemini 3 Pro Preview, Nano Banana Pro. This is specifically for generating image, but it is paid. It is not free. This is Gemini Flash Preview, what we will be using today. And if you click all, you can see all the Gemini models developed so far. Okay, that is how you can see it. For example, if you click Gemini Flash Preview, then you can ask whatever you want here, which means that now you are prompting Gemini 3 Flash Preview model. You are interacting with that model. You can test it here, its capabilities. So as you can see here, you can give instruction here. You can give instruction to the AI model. And here, it is a temperature. What this temperature is like, it monitors like how the word choice of the model. For example, if you move to the right end, like it makes the model more creative, right? It makes like it gives some freedom in choosing words. But if you give it around a zero, it is like more factual. Like the word that the AI generate is not more creative. Rather, it is based on facts, right? Um, Structured output, code execution. Here you see function calling. You can define your function here, and based on that, the AI, like the model, before generating any text, it looks for the tools. That is basically what they are doing. You see here, grounding with Google search. If you ask anything here, it first looks for the tools. Here, the Google search is enabled. they go ahead on web and search that particular information and retrieve for you. But if you disable this, and you need to create your own function, okay? And if you edit here, and you can create a function, for example, let's say get uh, get weather data, then you can create description like this is to fetch weather data. Then you're gonna add a parameters. Parameters like um, let's say it takes in city name, for example, city name. Okay, that is it. So you'll get weather data function text in city name, then it gives back to the current weather condition of your city. So basically, the function, the importance of using function calling may not be observable here, but when you are building agentic AI, you are basically going to use function calling. You are going to define your own function, then Gemini analyzes the user inputs. Based on that user inputs, they're gonna decide which function to call. Okay, for example, here, if I ask um, what is the current weather, current temperature, I guess, current temperature in Abu Dhabi. Okay, it's gonna see, look for, you see here, it looks for the tools defined here. For example, if it is like grounding with Google search, it is turn it off. If it wasn't turn it off, it's gonna see online, search online, and bring back. Now, if you see, I have to manually enter it here. It doesn't make sense at this point, but when it comes to integrating into your application and building agentic AI, they're gonna decide by their own. Like they can understand what the user enter. Like I now enter what is the current temperature in Abu Dhabi, right? They understand, okay, this particular user is went to now the current weather temperature in Abu Dhabi, then they're gonna call get weather data. Okay, I have to manually enter it here, but when it comes to your own application, you have to configure the weather API, everything, then they automatically make API request to the weather API, then retrieve back your the response. So this is like a playground. It says the current temperature in Abu Dhabi is 50 degrees Celsius. Um, there's a little bit about the parameters you can see here. Okay, let's move to creating our API key for the first time. By the way, are you with me? Am I audible, guys? Are you with me? Thumbs up. Okay, okay. This is like a little bit overview about how we can use like different parameters here. And then you can even export your code here. You can see the code and you can use it into your application. So go to the dashboard, then you can see here, create API key. So when creating API key, you have to give a name. It doesn't matter, but it will take a default as well. Just API key, Gemini API key, you can say. Then you can, for you, if you don't have any project created so far, you can select the default. But since I have already created one project, I can select that, or I can create another project by clicking here. Okay, then project name. For example, let's say plant image analysis. Okay, project name contains invalid. Okay, I don't have to use underscore. So create a project, then create key. I think I'm creating, yes. Now you can see your key here. Then copy it. You can click here, then you can copy that API key. Then go ahead and search for Google Colab. Okay, this is where we write our code. Then you are going to create a new notebook. Click on new notebook. So if you are having any problem, please let me know. Just unmute your mic and speak. So far we are here. Then click here, the secret. If you expand this, no. So if you click here, this place, then you can see where we gonna put our API keys. And later we will be retrieving our API key from here, and we will be using in our code. Okay. Then for you, if you are not seeing this one, you can select create a new key and name it Google, Google API key. Google API key, then paste it here. Google API key, then paste your value here, API key. Then don't forget to give access. Click on here, then you can give access. Okay, collapse. So we will start by installing some necessary libraries. Are you guys with me so far? Okay. Just to give me a thumbs up so I can. Okay. So we will move to install some libraries. So pip install -u -q Google generative AI, then fpdf2, then pilo. So this is a command we use to install Python libraries. So -u is just a flag, okay? It's not any library, just a flag we use. -u means if there is any updated version of the library we are installing, it automatically upgrades. So -q means we are installing these libraries in a quiet mode. So basically what will happen if you do use this -q is it will produce some long output here on this place. So basically if you do use this -q, it will produce some long output. So you are not gonna have some clean um, cell. So just click here, run the cell, then it will start installing those necessary libraries. Okay, piece depends. Okay, that is okay. FPDF2 Google Generative AI. Then we are going to add one more cell below where we are going to um, import those necessary libraries. So I will come back to talk about what is the importance of these libraries we have installed. Uh, don't worry about that. So we'll start importing Google.generative AI that basically serve as like a bridge between Python and the Google's brain. So it basically sends the image and the prompts to Google service, and it brings back the response in text format. So basically, we are going to use method, configure method from Google.generative AI to configure our API key. Then we are going to create an instance of a generative model to which we can give image, then prompts, then we will get back the response. So let me start importing imports Google dot I think yeah generative AI as gen AI. So this is basically called alias. So instead of using this long name, we can make it a nickname that Gen AI shorten for. So it is basically easy to like use it in our code. So another thing is from google.colab. So we need to import files, then import user data. Okay, so uh, this user data is basically we can have like get method on top of this, which help us to retrieve this Google API key from here. Then user data.get, then we're gonna give this key. Then we are good to go. We can have our API key. Then we are left with some more libraries, Python imaging library to pl.image. Then we are going to import from fpdf2, then import fpdf. So because here um, fpdf not to be resolved, why? We have already imported it here. Okay, we will see. fpdf. Okay, we will import later when we went to like export the text generated using AI into PDF format. So we are going to import IO. Import IO. So this basically used to like work with image. So when we upload our image to Google Colab, it is basically a stream of bytes, one and the zeros. Then we are going to have um, like a given like submitted from those is input output. Then we are going to wrap around the image the stream of bytes. Then it is going to be converted to a normal image. That is why we need these um, libraries. So let me run it. Okay, good. So we will add one more cell. Now we will start configuring our API key. Okay, so API key is equal to user data dot get. Then we are going to pass the name we provided here. Okay, this one, Google API key. Yeah. Now this is our API key. Then we are going to configure our Gemini. Okay. So gen AI dot configure. Then we're gonna pass API key is equals to API key. Okay. So one that is it. Then let's run it and check if it works. Yeah. So we're gonna add one more cell. Now we are going to create one function, which basically we call it. Then it simply executes all the code we write inside that function. Um, Analyze image. We can analyze image. So simply passport now. Then I can call it here. Analyze image. Okay, now I can remove it. Then first we start by asking the user to upload image, right? So we can say print please upload, please. Okay, then we are going to grab the image. Uploaded image is equal to files dot upload. So we are using this particular libraries, files dot upload. So what it basically does is like it creates upload button, which upon clicking takes us to our file explorer, then help us select image, then upload to this Google Colab. But it is in the form of a byte of string. Okay, a byte of string means ones and zeros. So we are going to check if it is uploaded. If not uploaded, okay, we can simply print image not uploaded, then we can simply return. Okay, and simply return. Otherwise, we are going to get a file name. File name is equal to list uploaded dot keys, then add 0. So basically, when we upload image, it is going to be stored in a Python dictionary. What a Python dictionary means is it has some key, then value, key value pair. Okay, the key is going to be the name of the image, and the value is going to be the byte of stream, like stream of bytes that represents our image in the form of bytes. Then once we get our file name, we are going to grab image bytes. Image bytes. How we are going to say uploaded at file name. Now we have we can say we have the stream of bytes that represents our image. Okay, represents this image. Stream of byte basically zeros and the ones. So, but what we need to send it to Gemini is not a stream of byte. Okay, so they don't understand that. We need to convert it to a normal image, like image slash something like this, dot png dot something like this. How we can do that? We can use this one, this particular library, which is Python imaging library. Then, so PLI, bear with me, dot, there is image, yeah, this one. Then we have dot open. Then there is a problem, so it doesn't directly take this one. So this function expects like this image slash some name of the image dot png, something like that. But here what we have is stream of byte, right? Stream of byte. So we are going to handle that. We are going to mimic image path. How we can do that? We have io dot bytes io. Then we're gonna pass image byte. Image byte. So what this function does is this particular function, it takes in the byte stream of byte, then it is going to create in-memory virtual path. In-memory virtual path, like something like I have showed a couple of like minutes, like so it's gonna create a virtual path. Then our image Python imaging library dot image dot open understands that. Then it gives back the normal image we have on our disk. Then we are done with creating our image from the byte of stream. Then the next step is to like create instance of a model. Instance of a model, okay? So how we can create it? Model is equals to gen AI dot generative model. So it only takes only one argument. That argument is the model of the Gemini we need to create instance from. So Gemini um, Gemini 3 flash preview. So we need to write exactly as I wrote here. Then we are going to write our prompt equal to okay. Then we can say analyze this plant image. They provide a detailed report including you can say scientific name and the common name and some medical values. Okay, maybe habitat and the place of origin. Then we can say care tip. Water, maybe if you wanted to grow plants, that particular plants that grow it on your in your garden, what type of care it needs, like plant, water, light, and maybe what kind of soil they need to grow on. Then any fun fact related to that, by the way, you can add more, whatever you want. Okay, this is our prompt. Then next thing is we're gonna give like let's print something like that. Um, and at this point we start analyzing the plant. Okay. Now we're gonna use try catch block because try exception basically in Python we don't know what will happen. Then we have exception, actually. Exception, except or yeah. Then we can catch some exception. Then we can print some error. Okay? If there is any error, if then if there is any error. Okay. So inside the try block, we are going to try to grab information that like response from our model. Then model dot generate generate content. Where's okay, generate content. Then it takes into think. That is what makes it a multimodal. So most AI only takes a text as an input, but if it is a multimodal, okay, we have defined it. It is saying you didn't define a model. We have defined it here. Okay, let me go ahead and after I run, it may recognize it. Then it takes in some an array. It takes in array. That is what makes it a multimodal. You can give array of either image in the text, image and no video in the text, can be audio in the text. So prompt and our image. Okay. It is saying prompt is not defined. What here? It is already defined. Okay, let me go ahead. Then we are going to extract the AI text. AI text equal to response dot text. Okay, then let me run. So here now at this point, name model is not defined. What? Okay, let me try. So let me upload this particular image. Okay, I didn't print the response. Print. So let me print something like plants analysis results. Okay, then our plant analysis print AI text. Okay. Let me try for the next. Okay, it is saying model is not defined. Model is already here. What's wrong? Hello guys, Are you with me? Are you with me? Please thumbs up if you are with me. So just giving some model is not defined, but I've already defined. Okay. Anyone coding along with me? Getting the same error or what? Um, Hello guys. Anyone coding along with me getting the same error or like is it working fine with you? So now this saying this is working fine, but um, this saying unsupported image mode. So currently it is dot avif. So let me search for another image like maybe banana PNG. I guess JPG. Okay, let's try with this image. Oh, still it is saying unsupported. Anyone? I think no one is coding along with me. So I don't. It's giving some weird error. So this saying unsupported image mode. Jeez, maybe this saying PNG. Hmm. Where can PNG selector? Okay. Anyone with me? You can speak, guys, if you are with me. Then we can see if it is working with you or like I don't know. The image format should be fine. They can accept PNG and JPG or whatever it is, but it is saying unsupported. They used to be working